Such a catastrophic incident. Welcome to NTV, Moses.
Thank you, Bwana Walter.
I understand that you did make your way to Mukono,
yes.
Following the news of the unfortunate incident there.
Yeah.
Just give us a brief highlight. When you went there,
yeah.
What did you notice? In terms of saving lives, what did you notice?
All the possibilities were done by the police and the local rescuer. They really tried their best. It's known that the boat capsized a few meters away from the shore, which I do think that if these people were trained in basic rescue swimming, personal basic rescue, training, they would have been able to save themselves. It's a high time for every Ugandan, for every individual, to know that such incidents can happen. It can happen at any time. So according to the distance, when we see it's between 100 to 200 meters, and normally a six-year-old swimmer can swim that distance. Though it should be also be noted that even if you know how to swim, you should be able to protect yourself. We call it survival swimming. You should be able to know what to do in case of an emergency.
All right. Sorry to cut you short there, but I want you also to tell us, with your expertise, of course, in swimming and safety on the water, this was, closing into dark. And the police, reports say that the waves were, much stronger and the wind was blowing so fast. I'm not so certain if an experienced swimmer could have gone through such kind of waves. And, what do you do in such a situation? It's very dark and the water is not so calm.
I think this is not all about swimming, but it's all about water safety skills, the basic water safety skills, where somebody who can float, let's say personal flotation, where you can get your dress and you make a float out of it, where you can get your trouser and you make a float out of it. And these are skills that I'm calling out to the public. They should go and look for these skills. You can say it was night. What was needed is somebody to be able to survive, to be able to float. I think this is the right time for everybody, as I said, to go and learn the basic rescue skills for your own. For Uganda, fifth part of the total area is covered by water, meaning that every Ugandan, you do have access to water, and one day or another time you will be encountered with water. Our geographical location clear indicates that each village, as you are crossing to another, you pass through a stream, a river, or anything, which can flood at any time. I'm very sure that if these people, they had these basic skills, they would have survived.
All right, now let's just move away from the survival skills from the people who are in the water and talk about generally drowning, because this can happen anywhere, even at home. Your child can drown in a bathtub or even a basin of water. Now, we did hear some people at Mukono say that we managed to pull out some people, but we're not sure if they're breathing or not, and drowning is a process. So the lungs shut down, with time. It doesn't happen instantly. And quick first aid, of course, can save somebody. So how do we tell that this person is still breathing, or what kind of first aid do we offer to someone who is drowning?
According to the news, local rescuer, they were, confessing what really happened, and they did a good job. They rescued, they did their best. Somebody was saying that a colleague, Owechi, Bosco, when he went for the rescue, he never survived. But for him, when he went for the rescue, he just pulled that long stick towards the victim, and he tried to help. I think what we can now look at is the safe rescue skills. We need to train our aquatic bystanders. These are the people who are always near the aquatic environment, like those people in the fishing community. They need to be trained on how to rescue. Basic rescue skills automatically includes first aid. It includes resuscitation. These people, they need to be trained on how to resuscitate somebody back to life.
All right, and quickly, if you can just give us, some of the tips. Where do I press? Because some some were saying I pressed on the stomach and there was no movement.
Yeah. So I think CPR, one, you first look for the danger, that is, and then response. Then you have to look what was the cause. I mean, does that person has any wound? If no, that means it is drowning, you know. So you go direct to CPR, and normally, you know, you fill in the air, you know, mouth to mouth, and then after you compress, that is the 30/2, 30 compression, and then you blow in air 2 times, and then you do another 30, and then blow air 2 times.
Thank you very much, Moses Kalanzi, for joining us this evening, and of course he is the Executive Director at Swim Safe Uganda. Now, let's move on, because accidents are not uncommon on Lake Victoria. In fact, according to the Uganda Police Crime Report, 118 and 86 bodies were recovered from the lake in 2016 and 2017 respectively. However, despite the fact that the final death toll is yet to be computed in the Saturday accident in one of the most serious ones of recent times.